So, are there any questions that areas we haven't covered?
I wanted to ask something to everybody who's not you. You're all Canadian. You're all Canadian, right?
No.
No,
American.
you're American.
Yeah.
But you three are Canadian. Are you doing nano? You don't mind that it's the national novel writing month for the US? Because I find that super offensive. Yeah, I find that super offensive.
And I would never do it. Yeah.
Any word in a storm.
So it doesn't bother you. Okay, that's what I wanted to
be
know.
fair,
And you know what? Normally it's the kind of thing that would bother me because I'm actually really Canadian nationalist most of the time.
Right.
Like,
But,
Why is it not the International Novel Writing Month? Why is it national? Because they think they're the whole world.
They
Yeah.
started, they started
To be fair,
they
Joe, I'm not a
started
U.S.
the
resident.
title, and then
Yeah, I
the
know.
title got known, and changing a title. But I
didn't
I
start in the
publish
US.
in the States too. I go to the States in the winter.
Me too,
But
but
I
I
have a
don't
lot of American
indulge
people who
in
read
their
my book.
national events.
yeah, but
But
you
when
know, you
they
don't
have
go to
an
baseball
acronym,
games.
it's
Yeah,
not
you know,
left building,
Glono just doesn't roll off the tongue.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
didn't,
Right.
they didn't start it in the US. They started it on the internet. They just think they're the whole world. So some months I write nothing in
But,
November in
you know,
protest.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
there
just
are people-
wondered if I'm the only person that.
So why don't we take?
I would argue the complete opposite, in fact, that it would be an active thing that they're the whole world if starting in the US they enforced an international norm, right?
They enforced it, yeah.
Yeah, they force everyone.
Yeah.
One
But,
trick that I have
that.
is also for getting my first draft down is to not sweat the research. I do the research in advance. I do a lot of research in advance, but then when I'm writing, if I have something that I have to look up, I won't stop there. I would be tempted to, but I won't stop then. I'll just put in brackets, check. Or if I've forgotten a name, I'll write in capital XXX. Something that's easy to find when you're going back, so you can hit find and then capital X's, or find check because it's not a word that you would normally use in everyday writing, and then you can work it in. So I leave for my second draft the stuff that I can and just try to get down the story itself.
Okay, yeah. If anyone, we'll go around and Okay.
Question.
Sorry.
When your wife's reading over your shoulder, does she actually say anything? Does she give you feedback as she's reading?
Not,
or-
at the time I'm typing.
Okay.
But certainly when what I'll do is I'll do that 1,000 words or so bit, and then I'll be washing the dishes, and she'll talk about it with me.
Okay.
So it's the. Not while I'm, are you sure you want to say that? Or, is that the right answer?
Because, that's the part where I was kind of wondering.
Yeah.
That
No,
would
no,
be
it's,
disruptive. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So horrible.
Well, I guess, my overall tip is, find what works for you. It can be completely bonkers. And, the authors you respect and, you hear what they're doing, you're like, that doesn't work, but my completely insane thing does work for me. So, go with whatever it is that yeah.
Yeah, I think inside you that still small voice tells you what you need. I really do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess, why don't we call it done? If there are people.
One thing, if you are beginning writing, force yourself to finish what you are working on because you are learning. Your first book is your journeyman piece and you're learning. And if all your first efforts you stop halfway through, you never teach yourself or learn how to write an ending, how to tie things up. So I guess my advice to new writers would be, even if it kills you, finish that first one before your wonderful new idea that you just got before you start working on it.
Trying to wrap things up, even if they're not 100% the best idea you ever have. Having something finished is something that it's a lot easier to have a first draft and then come back to that 5 years later than to have 80% of a first draft and come back to that 5 years later. And speaking of wrapping things up, I think we're at time. So.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.